Hello guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Now the truth is that nothing remains for this country. The kind of things I see on national television as news, I begin to wonder, is this actually a dream or is it a movie I'm watching? Just a few hours ago, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in Nigeria has come out to expose that they have uncovered one of the biggest fraud that has ever happened in the history of Nigeria and EFCC, which is 753 duplexes, you heard me right, belonging to one man in Nigeria. Yes, Sowore, who is the convener of Revolution Now, has come out to accuse the former CBN president in person of Godwin Emefiele that he is obviously the owner of this property, as has gone ahead to insinuate that the former president of Nigeria in person of Muhammadu Buhari would obviously have a hand in this looting pro max. I'd like you to take a look at the drama that happened in Arise News when this news was unfolded by Nnamdi Obi in the world's trending. Rafai Husseini went ahead to sing for EFCC and the Nigerian political class, as Dr. Ruben Abati, Ayo and Nnamdi Obi has gone ahead to summon the EFCC, highlighting the grey areas and the loopholes that is in the ministries, departments and agencies. Do well to drop your own thoughts in the comment section, and also intentionally do well to touch the like button. I want YouTube and Facebook to recommend this video for more people to get to see the shenanigans that was perpetrated by Godwin Emefiele and the Muhammadu Buhari's regime.
Economic and Financial Crimes Commission announced on Monday that it has recovered 753 units of duplexes and other apartments in Abuja that were fraudulently built by a former top brass of the government who is being investigated by the agency. EFCC, in a lengthy post on X, said that the forfeiture of the property is the single largest asset recovery by the agency since its inception in 2003, while some Nigerians on X have questioned the identity of the former government official involved in the crime. Let me take this reaction from Mr. Ebony. He wrote,
"Hey babe, please help me recharge your time."
Again? But I've recharged for you 3 times this month already.
Mr. Ebony, he wrote, "What is the name of the former top government official? Which ministry, department, or agency did he head? At what period in time did he head the government MDA he stole the money from? What was the amount he stole from the government's coffers? After the forfeiture of these properties, what next? Will they be sold to recover the stolen fund, or will they be left to rot as it is the norm in Nigeria? These and many more questions need answers in order to enjoy the trust of the public in your activities." I think Mr. Ebony's question quite apt. All of those questions are the sort of questions that we are seeing Nigerians asking the EFCC. They are quick to make this announcement. I mean, the post was quite lengthy. But you know, we have seen that the EFCC, they would normally post a normal Nigerian. I mean, I did see a picture of Bobrisky after he was arrested and all of that. And we've seen normal Nigerians being posted on their website. So who is this top or former top brass government official who was involved in this scheme? 753 duplexes.
People are speculating because, like you mentioned, there shouldn't be a different set of rules for certain Nigerians and another set of rules for more privileged Nigerians. 753 duplexes in Abuja, and I'm sure in a choice part in Abuja. I can't even begin to imagine when you estimate that what that would be in terms of money. How much money must have been stolen to be able to build this estate? The first thing I would say is that, number one, for transparency and to deter, I think there's an element of shame that comes with naming the perpetrators, except it's going to affect the current case in court, because it did say that the person in question is still undergoing the court process. So maybe that's the reason why they've chosen not to reveal the identity. But if the court has ruled that it's been evidence that the person is not able to trace how they got the money to build this estate without linking it to funds that were gotten illegally or funds that belong to the state, then we deserve to know who the person is. The second thing is that we often hear of these recoveries, and kudos, fantastic, EFCC, you've done your job, you've recover the assets. But then what happens to the assets afterwards? Where does it go to? I think like the question on X asked, in the spirit of transparency, let Nigerians know the full process, not just this big announcement and celebration of recovery of assets, but actually that to ensure that the loot is not relooted. Because that's what, that's the concern for many Nigerians, that after they find this out, it goes into another person's hands and somebody else, or is sold at a giveaway price to somebody who is a friend of the house. So the process of also disposing of the asset to recover monies to, put back into their coffers is also very important, so that it's an open bid and it's transparent as well.
Right.
But it is very sad to see the greed of one man, especially at a time when people are suffering, where you amass, and I'm sure that's not the only thing that this person has done. Yes, there's a lot more. To see that when people are suffering, what you're doing with your office of trust is to enrich yourself in a way that you can never finish spending the money. Some people have forgotten where their properties are. They don't even remember what they have because they've stolen, to the extent that they can't even begin to count how much they have. It's very sad. And beyond this, I have to say lastly, we should have processes to prevent these things from happening. It's not just the recovery of assets, but to ensure that they don't have access. The process by which this person was able to have access to that kind of money, build this, how did they get that sort of money? That's what we should begin to challenge as well.
Dr. Abati, what is the process really about unveiling or revealing the identity of such, persons? We have seen people on Twitter, even the former presidential candidate, Omoyele Sowore, saying that it might be the former CBN governor or all of that. These sort of speculations, are they needed, really?
Which is the reason why, there should be full disclosure. What is important here is the people's right to know. What the EFCC is fighting is corruption, dealing with integrity, questions that have been raised by people's performance when they are in positions. The EFCC has quoted Section 24 of its Enabling Act, which gives it right to trace assets and to go to the courts to ask for the forfeiture of assets. In the ruling, in the judgment in this particular case, the judge was talking about the respondent. Now, in the court documents, in the papers, the respondent will be named, the person who is forfeiting the assets. I think that the non-disclosure is something that bothers the public, and no justification has been provided for that non-disclosure. The person should be named to prevent the kind of speculation that you have been seeing. That's number one. Number two is that this speaks to the collapse of values, standards in the civil service and public service system in this country. Once upon a time, in this same Nigerian civil service, if you took a car, in fact, you wouldn't even dare, to the office that was more expensive than your monthly salary or the income that is commensurate to your level, then you receive a query. Now, once upon a time in this country, public servants or civil servants traveling could not travel with their wives at public expense. But these days now, some people occupying certain positions, they will travel with their children, they will travel with wives.
Full disclosure.
They will even send body not be wood attachments.
What is that?
So LT Pictorial said, when a bricklayer eventually becomes an executive governor, what do you think? Yusuf said they will share it among themselves. And Menu said this one is Umahi's errand boy. Lawrence said, so these are some of the reactions that has trailed the duplexes that was bought by a Nigerian politician that EFCC has obviously not come out to display for Nigerians to see. And people are saying that, for goodness sake, why are they hiding the name of the politician that looted this kind of massive fund? They must come out and give us the full name of that person. Give us the ministry the person was working. Give us how this money was looted. Nigerians deserve to know the truth. That is just what it is. And Nigerians have come out to express their grievances about, look, you can just imagine what is happening in this country. Where they are saying that 70,000 minimum wage is too much. 120,000 minimum wage is too much. But yet, one politician can build duplexes worth 700 and it's just amazing. Please, we love you to do well to intentionally drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the shenanigans of the Nigerian political and the way forward on how the shenanigans must be put to a stop.